Salvation is my only function here. Here we go, right off the bat, down the rabbit hole in the experience of misunderstanding what is the difference with the function and the purpose, as explained in the previous lecture. I find rather amusing the fact that it is now salvation is my only function here, as I specified that function is more about your uniqueness, and I still hold to that. And your purpose is more so in the sense of forgiveness. Now, your purpose does not change regardless of what your function is. So as your uniqueness, okay? Let's specify this. Some of these words are used interchangeably, of course, but yours being salvation and forgiveness are the same. Right there at the beginning is speaking about the whole purpose of what you're here to learn as you seem to be a unique individual is forgiveness. So imagine that we are all one way or another learning forgiveness in our own unique way, right? We have our own unique path. So we learn forgiveness I learned it in my way, and I learn it still in my way, having to do with my life, what I have to deal with, and how tall I am, and the fact that I'm Caucasian and blue-eyed and brown hair. And so not everybody can say that same stuff. I have to apply forgiveness to those specific things, including how I think, the problems that I have in the way I think, the emotional things that I might have that are unique to me. I have to apply forgiveness to the specific path in which I, as my unique function, provides. So you are learning forgiveness in your unique function which it provides. You might be whatever age you are. You might have long hair, short hair. You might have whatever it seems to make you unique, as it is your talents and capabilities and what you are or limited by. And these variations, apply forgiveness and teach it in a very unique fashion. Now, if we all are learning this forgiveness, billions of us, over all history and whatever it might be, to what, regardless of the amount of, we all learn forgiveness through our unique path, your unique function, right? So then, if we all share that one mind and that experience of what, say, that Son of God learned forgiveness in every single one of these ways in which you learn forgiveness. So this is actually talking to salvation is the Son of God's only function here. Salvation is the only function in which the Son of God comes here for. The only purpose in which the Son of God is in this world, dream reality, for is to learn forgiveness. You see? That it's not talking to your identity, where you have the mind and thoughts, and this mind and thought specifically mentions that in that court lesson. It's talking about the dreamer perspective of what is the Son of God. It is the Son of God's function. You're trying to get into alignment with it. Okay? You're trying to recognize what the Son of God is, so you have to get into alignment with the perspective of the Son of God in order to realize what you are as it. Okay? So most of the time this course really is actually talking to the Son of God and not actually to the ego. But the ego distorts and changes all the words in which it's stating and trying to understand it, and making it into something that it's not, having to do with its mind and its specific thought. See how interesting that is? And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. So there's so much in this, is that salvation is my only function here, and forgiveness, salvation and forgiveness are the same. God is love, and this is not his will. And so, as it does mention about, you don't want to be another individual. You don't want to be in this and getting into guilt and shame and all this stuff, and kind of mixing up last lesson as well. And that the whole purpose, regardless of what it is about learning forgiveness. Okay? And forgiveness is only necessary because it's something impossible that has happened, and that is forgetting who you are. Okay? So the idea of separation, the whole dream reality, is because you're forgetting who you are. And so now letting go of the whole belief that you could forget who you are is remembering who you are. Right? So you're actually going into the remembrance of who you are by letting go of the idea that you could forget who you are. Now, because of what you are so powerful that you literally make this reality by a simple gesture in your mind about believing that you could forget who you are. You can be separate from who you are, or whatever it might be you want to define it as. The idea manifests into such a strong resonance of reality that you then believe it as absolute fact, because of, quite literally, God just chose to do that. Okay? What you are as one with God. So it is quite the journey, and it will not end until you completely discover the truth of who you are by letting go of the truth of what you're not, or the falsity of what you're not, recognizing it is but a mistake. And what is that mistake? The choosing of forgetting who you are. The choosing of separation idea. The choosing of, regardless of whatever you want to say it is. It's the choosing of it that is the mistake. Now, of course, anything within the world that you would consider a sin or falsity or misunderstanding and anything like that is in the same right. That miraculous things occur when you realize that what you think is happening, even in the physical reality or not, is not actually happening, and that there's something else happening and could be discovered, and that's where the miracle goes into play. I mean, it's like, wow, what? Yeah, I know. It's like when you recognize that the miracle is happening and not the not miracle is happening.